AoS Centerpiece 2024 tier list. Damn. What is this? Oh, you know what? Should I have a funny thing? Okay, this is the first time I have to do this on stream, and I'm sad that I do. I can't remember what mute button to use for that. I got a soundboard. One of the things you can do in the soundboard of Discord is set it to automatically play a sound effect when you enter a channel. So all right, we got the da from Akira to totally interrupt whatever someone's conversation is in a funny way, which someday won't be funny, but today it still is. Anyway, because I need access to the soundboard. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some good shit here. Some appropriate stuff. It's still good. I'm glad it's still funny. Dead Emperor Torian Tyrant. Been a long time since I've been able to catch you on Twitch. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Last year, I doubled down on my real job, and so I only uploaded like 4 times to the YouTube, but I still do the Twitch because people pay for that weekly, and if I just didn't stream, it's kind of like taking their money, right? So anyway, this year we'll be less busy. Regardless, thanks for showing up. You have the original Japanese Iron Chef entrance music as yours. Oh, okay. With Soren, thanks for the tier 1. 41 months. Good evening to Texas. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. How's your beloved doing? Sorry, your darling. Centerpiece tier list. Let's ring in the new year, shall we? Brought to you by SJ Arcade, who did this. What's the gimmick? Oh, he's mad. Oh shit. All models that have been released or previewed through January 2024. This includes to the beginning of time, right? So it's not only the ones that were made in the last calendar year. I don't know. I think we did a Centerpiece tier list, I want to say 3 years ago, so don't come at me about retreading old content. That was 3 years ago. Chill. I haven't done a Centerpiece tier list for 3 years. Fuck you. Anyway, pondering the orb too hard, yeah. Is it a Centerpiece? If so, how's it rank? Have fun using GW's site. I won't. Thanks for doing it for me. That site sucks. Unky Heywoah has final say. It's true. SJ, why didn't you crop out all the white space? My precious eyes. Yeah, he's mad. No dark mode on the GW site. There actually isn't. There isn't a dark mode option. Can you believe that? Actually, you probably can. Warhammer.com is Garbo true. We did a review of it. Dude on Carnosaurs. Here it is, the first one. Gray shirt guy, Warhammer site, bottom text, yeah. Dude on Carnosaurs. I've never been a humongous fan of these, but I've also never been a humongous fan of dinosaurs. The chair thing they're sitting on looks weird, but they're fine. I don't think there's anything humongously wrong with these guys. They look a little awkward. It's a dinosaur riding a dinosaur, and that meme brought to life goes kind of far for them, you know. Good scales, you know, they're kind of got an action pose. Silhouette looks a little goofy to me because the man on top is so small and such a weird saddle. How can you not like dinosaurs? I don't dislike dinosaurs. I just shrug. I don't know. Free shrugs. He looks worse because of the new Seraphon. In comparison, maybe. The guy in the back is too large for how big the dinosaur should be. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a normal take. But one of them has a lesser hand Oh, because he's holding a shield, you mean? Or Ice Age Enjoyer? Jurassic Enjoyer. True. Alright, where are these guys? Oh, they're both separate too? Okay, they're the fucking... Are these guys basically the same? There are some differences between them, but truly there aren't enough differences to matter. Certainly not matter an entire tier or something like that, you know? Oh yeah, I wasn't putting them in trash. I was setting them there while we discuss. What's this? Updated Centerpiece tier list? It is. We haven't done one in 3 years, and they actually made a decent amount of centerpieces. So we're doing it. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. Fine is actually the place here. My problems are... This is weird. The thing he's riding is weird. I think the dinosaurs should be bigger. They're a little old. But I don't think that rises to the level of I have problems. I think they're fine. You feel like we need an old tier? Old tier is I have problems. If the model being old requires me to mention it, right, in a negative light, then that's one of the reasons why it goes into a lower tier. And if it's old and bad, and one of the reasons that it's bad is old, then it's legit bad, and, you know, etc., etc. There's some pre-end time stuff that still looks pretty good, so I don't know. I used to have an old and it shows tier, but I think that's just a problem. Ahem. I think they're fine. Ooh, shall we compare and contrast to what we said last time? I could do it. I have the old one brought up. Let's compare and contrast at the end. Let's not drag it down. You'd put it in good. You have that power, if you wish. Next, big boat. This is the biggest boat, not the middle big boat. Nice boat. Yeah, I still think this thing looks sick. The balloon is weird. I still can't get over how weird balloon stuff is on these ships. But that's their aesthetic, it just is. And also, on this guy, on the other side of him, somebody is painting the boat. Like, that's on the model. And that's really cool, I think. Nice big gun up here, good technology, nice bow. Tons of bombs over here. I don't know, it's a big, cool looking techno boat. Dwarves in pressure suits. Boat has a face, that's cool. Feel like the sheer amount of time since Caradron got added has de-bigged the boat slightly. I suppose everything sort of shrinks over time. Damn, too real. No, this is still cool, man. I still like the boat. Well, the big boat. Is this good or great, I wonder? I'm using 12% of my brain right now. Barely. Maybe top of good, bottom of great. Yeah, I like it. I like it in good work. All that cool detail, though. You know what? I'm putting it in bottom of great, and I'm gonna round up on this one. Historically speaking, I've rounded down. But on this one, I'm rounding up, and we'll see where it lands. It might go into the top of good, though. Really quite nice. The anchor down there. Slimy McChain Whip. The Sludge Raker Beast. This thing looks so sick, actually. You got Bane on top of here with his awesome mask. Chain hooks all over the place. I can't remember what this torture device is called, but it's, I don't know, it's designed so that you kind of have to sit in it with your legs out and you can't stand up. What is this thing called? Also, there's a little one for little people. You know, halflings and children and stuff. Equal opportunity slaver. This creature looks cool. What nice skin here. Good artistry on everything. I like the big finger with the super nail. He's got stuff on here. Yeah, this actually looks quite sick. Oh, cool. Good attention to detail. Little master lock right there for the necklace. Spiky stuff all over the place. This thing actually looks quite nice. It's called a gibbet. Okay, Comrade Jack. You think it's a clear gray dinosaur, super cool. You just don't know how to feel about the platform he's on. I really like this platform. I like this platform so much more than the dino platform. It's not for torture, it's a cage to hold prisoners. Oh, okay. I mean, it accidentally tortures them, but it's not for that, you know. Pronounced gibbet. It's a pain to paint the platform. Oh, okay, it's a pain involved. Sure. I mean, a lot of stuff is. The howdah. I thought howdahs were covered, but maybe I'm mistaken. I think I am. Yeah, it's got good movement. It's got a nice silhouette, actually. Okay, the silhouette is a touch busy, but I still like it. This hand does a lot of work there. Nice creature. This thing is great. It's great. And I'm not, like, fully on board with the Cruel Boys, look. I don't like the Popeye cartoon proportions of humongous chest and arms, tiny cartoon legs. I don't like that. But everything else I rather do like of them. And this is one that goes in great for me. Sculpts are genuinely great. Yeah, they're really nice. You've only seen this in person because your brother used it to make a custom Mutilith Vortex Beast for 40k. Cool. Good work. We got the big nope. We got the Spoder. And I've probably said this 3 years ago, but the spider still looks pretty good because it's a spider. And a more high-resolution spider just still kind of looks like a chitinous spider, you know? The dudes on the back look terrible. Just gross. So what do you do with it? This shit is trash on the top. But a pretty nice-looking, scary spider. And the spider still looks pretty good in IRL, I gotta say. The spider's your single favorite base for kit bashing? Yeah, I mean, the spider is so kit bashable, right? You could do anything with this thing. It can't be legit bad, because there are elements of it that are still good, and that's the spider part. The dudes on the back are the thing that I have the problem with. They are trash, and they look like trash. And the howdah on the back of this thing, all those little interlocking scaffolding that they're kind of standing on is a pain and doesn't look good. It's trash. But the spider's still good, so I have problems. Alright. Next up. Oh, we're getting to it early. Frost Lord on Stonehorn. The Frost Load. Let's put our... Hold on. Alright, I have an objectivity hat. Alright. Let's put on our objectivity hat, shall we? No favoritism here. Just being objective. And so objectively speaking, monster looks great. Good creature design. Not as much movement as I would like, but I suppose that's fine. The thing he's sitting on, this seat and toothy kind of trophy platform, actually looks quite charming. I like it. It's good. The tail right here, you see this part right there? That will snap someday. And it doesn't matter how many times you glue it back on. It will always be the weak point and it will always snap. That's a design flaw. The dude on the back doesn't look great. They painted him very badly for this photograph. They don't look quite this bad. You paint ogres with darker skin, they look much better. But, especially the face, the spear is just kind of okay, I guess. Yeah, the ogre part of it is really showing his age and looking kind of weird and small, like a little meatball on the back of it. Not great. I don't think it's in I have problems tier though, because it doesn't actually ruin it or anything. Alright, what do we got here? So where do we put Frostlord on Stonehorn? Stonehorns look hella sick. Great work, although not as much movement as I would like. And the rider, his flaw is that he looks old as shit. Because he kind of is, but I think he's definitely a tier above these dinosaurs. Even with the dude on the back looking kind of derpy. I'll put him in good. I'll put him in good. Not great, though. You think Frosthorn isn't bad, it just shows the lack of modeling chops and ability to show momentum that early AoS models have. Yeah, and remember, early AoS models were very, very late Warhammer Fantasy models, right? You can really see them getting better over time, to a huge degree. Sorry if you covered this, but is the tier list just aesthetic? Pure aesthetics. No rules. Maybe a little hobby ability, maybe a touch, but no rules. Just look. Anyway, Jim Henson presents Goan Slayer. Okay, the whimsy is turned up on these, and I almost never like whimsy. Good detail, nice skin and flesh. Kind of confusing faces, I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to look at here. I don't like the proportions. The stuff that's growing all over them is okay. I don't like his bug friend that he's squeezing. I like the big hammer. This is actually a stalactite, so that's neat. He's a spider looker. He's looking at a spider. These are probably more fun to paint than what I give them credit for. Take that back about the big bug. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're alright. This is where my personal... Yeah, I guess we're getting a little subjective here. But I personally shrug at the whole... at everything about them. Even though it's clear that they're made very well and planned very well and the sculpting is very good on them and everything like that. A touch too cartoony for me. Oh, there's two different ones. Okay. These guys might be different enough to put into different tiers. Let's just do one at a time. Don't like his face at all, but everything else is fine and shows good artistry and stuff like that. I'm just not big on the theme, that's all. I'll put him in good. Hammer Boy clearly better than Stalactite Boy. Stalactite Boy has more character, but in a way that I don't appreciate. So... yeah, definitely after this guy. Possibly even in... he's fine. I think he's fine. Look at that. Really old models in fine next to really new models in fine. You can't, you know, can't hit a home run every time. Next, Big Pig Racing for Windows PC. 1998 demo disc PC Informer magazine. Alright. Damn, these guys are so sick. The sidecar standing on it holding a thing guys are weird. That's kind of weird. But everything else is so good. Nothing is ruined. They look very good in IRL. Really good movement, really good creature stuff. Look at this. Porcine Fury at the front here. It's got an extra strap for some reason, which seems to really fit. Nice tusks. Cool ass armor with extra tusk spikes and kill swords. Dude on the back, good holding the reins or with weapons. He's like held in place with a chain, which is kind of funny. It's reasonably large. Damn, this is really something. Oh, there's two different ones. What's the difference? This one just has more shit, and the guy in the back has better, just a better presence, I think. This face is really quite nice, and you can't see it underneath this stuff. I think these are functionally... I know this one has more stuff, and this one has less stuff, so you think I'm gonna separate them that way. I think they're kind of reasonably similar. It's fine. Could you imagine the smoker you'd need? True. I don't think the side orcs ruin it. Great work from the Iron Jaws. Consistently the most interesting looking orcs. They're S. The sidecars are a little goofy, but you don't have to be perfect to be in S tier. Next up, Heywoah's secret favorite model. I don't know that I've made a secret of this, but yeah. This is the best centerpiece in Age of Sigmar. It just is. It has the best implied movement. Everything about the entire model, top to bottom, and if you rotate it, tells a story. It's like, okay, in the old Renaissance paintings everybody pretends to like but doesn't know anything about, they put so much detail and it's crisp in the backgrounds of it because the camera hadn't been invented yet, and so painters hadn't started blurring the backgrounds of their paintings yet. And they would put little details in there that you are supposed to notice later as you are observing the picture. As you notice more and more details, it's kind of revealing something about the scene that you're looking at to shimmy in the concept of time there. And so too with this, it's so wonderful. Silhouette is excellent as well, possibly the best. It's simply, and also structural, how you figured out how to make you can't see it from this angle, but the chains, they really look like they're spinning and whirling, unlike some other stuff that we might be looking at in the future. This is simply the best centerpiece. Not only in Age of Sigmar, but in Games Workshop. No contest. But they've made some new ones, so we'll see if anything challenges the king. Comrade Jock, there was a display of work by an old Dutch artist named Frans Hals in London recently, and the way he paints just makes it look like there's so much movement. Oh, how nice. I'll have to check that out. This one gets Rocka Troll has a little heart carved into a wooden handle. You will notice only during the assembly. That's cool. They put that in there for you. Okay, from the best silhouette to the worst. It's not the worst silhouette, actually. But it has been criticized as being a big ball. It is a sphere. It's the cabbage, right? It's the big circle. That's not... It could be cool. We'll talk about the ways in which a giant circle can be cool later. It's a detriment to this guy. I think it's very interesting that the dragon has punch fists. It's a giant meat sphere. It's kind of eating something. The dude on the back looks quite nice. This is an early, this is where they got this from. They're like, oh, damn, maybe Iron Jaws do this, right? My complaint about it is that it doesn't look like terrifically dragon-like. You actually can't really imagine it with its wings out very easily, I don't think. Maybe it's a giant leaping dragon or something like that. But it's huge, and it punches, and it's a dragon circle, and there's a dude on the back. I think I consistently rate this higher than most people. But even still, it's probably going in good. If I gave it more brownie points for being fucking funny, Yeah, and the back is not good in person. Even the side isn't the greatest. So, for these reasons, it's held back. Round meal is a model. Alright. Still good, though. I should have said this at the beginning, but keep in mind this is an Age of Sigmar Centerpiece tier list. And so this tier list is expanded, and normally it would be smushed. If you're talking about all game systems and looking at the game system centerpieces, most of Age of Sigmars are just going in the best tier. We're expanding that tier so that there's some granularity, But even the stuff that's just good is still, in general, kind of ahead of the competition. Ahem. Behold his glory, Sigvald, Prince of Slaanesh. There he is. I see we've censored the face down here. The step on me face. As we talked about when this guy came out, big JoJo vibes for sure. Dio Brando looking. Nice swirlies and hearts on the knee pads, kind of nice pose. I love the little curly toe boots he's got on. Good hair, good cape game. Assless chaps if you spin him around. Kind of a perfect duelist silhouette. My only point of contention, I guess, on this one is the horns look a little strange. I don't know if the horns are the wrong size. There's a little weirdness. There's some sort of weirdness I'm detecting with these horns. And maybe the face a little bit. But these are minor quibbles for an S tier centerpiece. Is he in front of or behind the pig? You have Wonderful Beast, Princess Mononoke stuff. Great character. Tons of movement. Silly, over the top, just nonsense. And then under control, constrained, but anime. I don't know, it's really hard to compare these two. Better silhouette versus better movement. I don't know. I mean, Cape Game. I'm gonna honestly say sometimes simplicity is better. I'm gonna put them ahead of the pigs. But only just, and it's in the S tier category anyway, so chill. Although these are more bombastic, more fun, more hype, right? So really, I guess at this point, it's just like, what do you like more? But the pig is big, true. Behold, do they still sell this? This shit looks so bad. Oh no. You know, they made another Manticore. Oh, Frank on the Rocks is in the chat. Avert your gaze, okay? They didn't have to do you like this. The rider is actually sick. Fine. Alright, you know what? In the interest of fairness, you kind of can't see it from this angle. But the rider looks perfectly fine, actually quite cool. There's all the other stuff around the end times area. He's just cool. Good chain hood, good armor, honestly good pose, really cool staff scythe with the slaves symbol up here and skulls in it. The rider is actually tight. He stands up to the rest of Slaves to Darkness stuff. It's just this bloated sausage, I don't know, what do you even call this thing? It's trash. Does the rider save it from being trash? No. No, it doesn't. The rider almost saves it from being trash. It almost does, but you use him for conversions, and they came out with a Manticore this year, and then they still sell this, so it is trash. When Modern Cities Manticore exists, yeah, you get the Modern Cities Manticore. And honestly, you put this guy on top of it and it looks cool. Is this a mount review? It's an entire model. Rider's looking good. The mount is so bad that it ruins everything and becomes trash. Behold this, yeah. Alright, next up. You and a friend came up with a few extra house rules for AoS, so you can do base building. It's really fun. Yeah, they had, we're always talking about GHB 17. They had siege rules in that thing. That was kind of fun. This guy has come a long way through the Treeman. Look at that arm. Look at that. I'm actually not sure what part is what, but that's fine. Scorching, blazing hot, neutron star, nuclear take. When I think of the quality of Age of Sigmar centerpieces, and then I think of a treant with a 16-foot long sword, I think of something way cooler than this. I'm kind of disappointed in the aesthetic chosen for a treant warrior in AoS. It's fine. I mean, it's better than fine. I guess it belongs in the good category, but I'm quite disappointed. It's like when the kid in your class that has clear talent just phones it in, you know? And your teacher's like, I expected better of you. That's kind of how I'm feeling about the Treeman in this game. I want a whole ass canopy on their head, you know? Give me some leaves up there. Give me some weeping willow stuff coming down around the outer edge. Use it like a samurai rice cap or something like that. I don't know. I wanted more. This is all right aesthetically, but I can't help feeling a little let down. It's good. It's good. It's not even in fine. It's still in good, but I'm left wanting more. Is it from fantasy? Yes. You know, most stuff is from fantasy. Most of this stuff is from, and like the good stuff is from end times for the most part. Ahem. Next. I'm a bird. This is, the Mouth of Mork. It looks good for being from Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose it looks good for being from Warhammer Fantasy Battle. A lot of, I mean... Oh, actually, okay, nothing quite yet has made it past good from actual Warhammer Fantasy Battle. But still, I don't know, it, you know... Look, chill. I don't like birds. Everyone knows this. And yet, this is actually tight. This is sick. Nice raptor here, nice vulture. Kind of a turkey vulture looking thing. In this photograph, it looks like it has pants. It doesn't, though. I like the thing on the back and the skull on the back of him. If you looked at there's stuff behind the curtain. He's got the Elden Ring fingers up over here. Nice wings, nice pose. Silhouette is just a huge box up here, like a big square. That's kind of goofy, but everything else is very nice. Nice flesh textures and wing textures, and I actually like this goofy ass root here, or this stump, I guess. This shit is great? Question mark? But where to put it amidst great? Man, this KO thing. I think having it in great tier is the more things I put here, the more I think it really does belong in the bottom of great tier. You want to see the guy the skull came from? True, actually, same. I mean, you're not disagreeing with your rating on Dirthu or whatever. It looks good, but other AoS centerpieces are significantly better. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think the boat goes over Swamp Boss? It might. It might creep. The boat's really more fantastic than it gets credit for. Damn, this feels better. Doesn't this feel better? I think we did it. Next. Next slide, please. Kragonoros. His base is a big rock with a giant crack in it. Kinda, I don't know. It's weird how I was gonna call his base boring, but what's happening here? A wiggly stick? I don't know. The wiggly stick looks kind of nice, and this thing's a little boring. I don't know what to tell you. He is a centaur, and centaurs are stupid. He doesn't have enough armor. In fact, he's hardly wearing anything at all, and this wouldn't even... I don't even know how this could even function as armor. His shield looks badass. His mace looks pretty good. His face is terrible. These horns are too big. Doesn't look like a god. Doesn't look like he goes in destruction. Looks like he's a Beasts of Chaos centerpiece that was reassigned to another department at the last minute. Beasts of Chaos model. Doesn't look like a god looking ass. No armor. Having centaur being, humongous treasure trail owning. What a blunder. But here's the real thing. Do I have problems? Is he legit bad? Or is he trash? So his silhouette is actually quite nice. If you took a silhouette of this guy and then drew a line down the center, and the left half was blue and the right half was red, you would have the logo for like a professional sports league in America. Like, it's a good silhouette. The movement is okay. I think it was a bad idea. And all the individual details are also not great. Man's also gelded. That's a rough one, kid. I think he's legit bad. He's not trash. But he's legitimately bad. He was a bad idea that started from a bad foundation. All of the details ended up being bad. And at the end, he's a cool silhouette with essentially nothing else to show for it. I mean, all the musculature and skin and flesh and stuff, even that's kind of weird. Why are only his feet have hair? The center part has hair, but nowhere else. The hair on the back of his head is weird. His face is like... You could defend some bad idea but good artistry kind of comments on a lot of their models. I don't even think this one is like that great. He's above trash as a kindness, as a pitiable bonus. Should have been Beast of Chaos, and I don't play that army. Looks like a Beast of Chaos. His face is exactly that of a Beast of Chaos. It just is. But then somebody told the people at GW that apparently they're squatting that army or something, and so they had to zigzag over to destruction or whatever. Doesn't look like a god. Teclis, for all his faults, looks like a god. Nagash be looking like a god. This guy, I mean, maybe a BOC god. All right, 9, yeah, 9 mana. Big. Look at this dude. Okay, he is properly huge. This is large. This model is big. Also, not as big as you might expect in real life. He's a little bit dwarfed by the Mega Gargants. So there's that. Cool big birch bark tree hammer. That's cool. Why does he have 3 toes? Here's the problem. Mega Gargants in AoS look like they have suffered 30 generations of inbreeding. And I don't think that's funny or charming. I think that's sad and kind of disgusting. And so I don't like that part about Mega Gargants. They got that little bit of silly, ugly British fairy tale giant thing. And that type of giant is just a shit type of giant. Kind of gross. Humor falls flat. Just a bad type of giant. Hey, every country has got their giant myths. Somebody's has to be not the best. The bad type of British whimsy. But there is some great stuff here anyway. Did not skip leg day. Big plus. Great work there. Almost has some armor a little bit. Not enough, but good work. These 2 big tusks are cool looking. The dragon helmet is alright. Punished mega snake with the eye patch there. He's wearing king's crowns as rings, which is kind of a cool attention to detail. and tons of skin and open flesh area to flex your painting chops, right? These are all separate, I think, on the thing. Yes, they are. Those are pretty big crowns to fit his fingers. Yeah, the size doesn't actually work. Also, as you can see, there's a little bit of a pain point here because it's too small for his fingies, right? Are they fine or are they good? Yeah, maybe they were big kings. True. I never thought about that. What if they were big kings? Is it on its own sprue? If not, it has to lose points. It seems like Arterius knows something about this guy. Is there only one position for the legs to be in? Because if so, it loses points, right? Which, honestly, true. They should have had 2 different leg positions. Blaze! God damn it. You think they're good as someone that owns 5 of them? You think the other 2 Gargants look way better than this guy? I think they look close enough. But there's one that looks clearly the best. I think they're somewhere in the good range. Low good, probably. That's not where they're going to end up. We're just going to talk about them. Big. And then we got guy who does not look cool. The worst one by far on the right. And then the coolest one by far on the right. Look at that proper beard. Good facial expression there. Look at that cool half-moon deal on his back. Look at that more armor than this guy having. Club is dumb, though. That's true. The assassin cowl. Yeah, look. Put some damn clothes on. Boy. Right? I don't know. At least they got 4. At least they got 4 toes. We're up from 3. Get a haircut, hippie. Alright, where do they land, though? They're way better than the trees. Are they better than this stuff, though? Artistic, like the quality of the sculpting is far superior, but the concept is essentially worse. What do you do with this? How much do I care about the craft versus the concept, I suppose? I think this is the order for them. Beard guy, way cooler than the other 2. At least this guy has a cool looking weapon, though. And this guy, worst of all 3 worlds. Execution trumps concept. Concept doesn't make it look cool. Yeah, you're not wrong. In this world, ideas are worthless. It's whether you can follow through to completion, right? And then you got the circle over here. You got the circle. Who's cooler, the circle or the Mega Gargants?
You son of a bitch.
Shorty Paint Studios. Thanks for the raid, by the way. Big raid. Thanks a lot. What were you painting? What were you working on? We're just doing a tier list real quick of stuff. Circle. Everyone just saying circle. What do you mean circle? Circle is better, but I like Dankhold. Oh yeah, because he's a circle. I like Dankhold more than the Megas from an aesthetic standpoint. What's up, Shorty Paint Studios? What were you working on? I think the megas... Maybe we do this. Painting up some ice jaws. Oh, nice. Cool. The meat circle. Dragon puncher. I think so far, top of good. Frostlord and Thundertusk. Aesthetically great. The riders are looking old, but it's still fine. They're not suffering from ancientness. The Mega is done better. But the shit design holds it back so much that it's behind the Frosties. I think it stays behind the Frosties. Unfortunately, they did a great job doing a bad idea. Held back. And then this guy in the middle, the other two here, and then these are the least. I think that's where I might put them. Nah. Yeah, like this. Too much whimsy, too much whimsy. Riders looking old. Meat miracle. I think that's where it is. You really like the megas? I do too, they're in good. Good's good, you know. I just wish they had more armor. I wish they were less inbred looking. I wish they were less British as far as tonally. All these things hold them back enough so that cool stuff with old riders, I think, pulls ahead a little bit. But that's just my opinion, man. It's the teeth. It's actually a lot of stuff. It's the toes, it's the teeth, it's the crow step, no armor having. Loud rats. Okay, speaking of old, but it was great when it came out, and it was a brilliant idea that was actually really cool, though. We got Screaming Bell. And the Plague, I can't remember what this shit is called. Gray Seeron Plagues something? Plague something? Furnace, that's it. These are different, right? These are separate. There's a certain level of old that starts to deteriorate. And these two-dimensional cookie cutter slapped together looking, they're cool. Their idea is cool. The concept art from them is cool. They succeeded at their job of looking a lot like the concept art. But we're getting to the point where we need to let them rest. Your fight is done. It's over now. 4th edition Skaven refresh. Let's do these again in the modern sculpting quality, right? It's still special, but it's special in a you're looking at pixel art from a game from 1998 kinda. But they really are special. I still like them. They're looking a little holla, though. What do we do? Do I say I have problems just because they're so fucking old and they really are looking old, I guess? I don't know. It's fine. This one, a little worse, right? Because what's happening here, this thing that you're looking at, pulling the bell and the guy surf riding on it and all the scaffolding and stuff and the goop coming out of the sensors, that is 1,000,000 times more interesting than Dinosaur with a guy in a weird chair. It's just more interesting. You know, it's older and it looks simpler and stuff, but it's visually more interesting. Maybe this? Ahem. Yeah. They're fine. I could put them in I have problems. The heavy lifting of how sick this idea is no more apparent than how different these two I have rated. Take from that what you will. Ahem. Next. They do be looking very old, though. Holy shit. Big fuck off rat. I hate this. I don't like what this creature looks like. I don't like the sutured together nonsense. It doesn't look like it could actually work or do anything. I don't like its foot, tiny ass feet, legs. I don't like the cyber demon robot foot. The guy on the back is okay. This is an aesthetic that I just don't care for, I think. Let's try to divorce it from the paint job. Maybe that's doing it no favors. To be fair, it's supposed to look unsettling. I don't dislike it because it looks unsettling in that way. For instance, I will be rating the Guo very highly. And it's because it looks unsettling in such a way that they intended, and I think it really works. Thankwall. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Is he legit bad, or maybe like I have problems? I'm not sure. It's stuff. It has funny little tiny rats on it. I hate everything about this. S tier. Is it the lack of armor? Partially, yeah. You don't have to have armor, but it's like, yeah. It's legit bad. Like, its arms are moving in all sorts of different directions, but it's not actually doing anything. That's just what it's shaped like. Silhouette's alright. I'm just, I'm bored by this, and not in a good way. I think it's legit bad. I do not like it. I'm not particularly impressed with the flesh or the idea. Yeah, I guess it's shooting. These arms aren't really doing anything. Guy on the back is okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this one falls totally flat for me. Rat God 3/4 for 6 with Menace. Oh, a 3/4 for 6 with Menace. Sure, yeah. Death Touch, right? Magic cards. Holy shit. Is this the oldest model that's knocking on the door of S tier for me? Is this the oldest and ass model that's still kinda S? At least great. These horns are so good. It's perfect crazy demon horns. These horns, trash. These horns, perfection. Look at all the movement. The eye line goes through the entire model and just spins in circles over and over. Got these braids, good grip on the weapon there. Standing up on its own thing. This is what rats think they look like. These two are functionally identical. This one's pondering the orb, so I actually kind of like it a little more. There isn't too much to say about these. I just think they're wonderful. Faces are weird. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Damn, boy. Could it be that these are S or just very great? He has a full mask option, S tier. Look at the difference between these two. Legit bad and then S tier. I'm doing it. These are wonderful. So good. Very well done. They were part of the same release? That's crazy. Isn't it crazy? Is this the biggest difference between two things sold in the same box? You think the fur shows a bit of age? I agree. If they had an upgrade on the fur texture, they would be S. The fur... Damn, you're right. Fuck. I was all happy about it too. But that fur is kind of goofy. It's the same fur that these guys have. Can we forgive and forget? I don't know. Let's see some more S's. Implore you to gander at melee thankful and raise him accordingly. Alright. Melee thankful. Nobody builds them like that, so 0 images found on Google. Help. Are they stepping on their own spear? Yeah, which is something you can do. Oh shit. I went into an AFK channel. Apologies. I forgot it does that whenever I change zones. Anyway, I can't find the melee version, but I'm sorry. Post it in Discord if you see it. Put it in the intro zone if you find it, and I'll officially relook at Thankful out of pity. Anyway, the most underwhelming rules for a new model. Whoa, now hold on. That's not true. And it's sad that that's not true, but alright. Peacock in full bloom looking. I really don't like the one on the right. I think the split... I don't like the split. It's interesting, right? Because this gives you a lot of negative space around her head, you know? Which is an interesting take on it, but I like the left one far better, I think. They're just good, right? They're just good. Melee Thankful. He's got giant fists of steaming warp vape. It's cool that they got these trails. This looks better because the weapons are more interesting looking. Plus he's got a little scarf. Everything else about him still sucks humongously though. This is clearly better. The cool melee fists version puts him above, might put him above Kragnos. Maybe. But certainly not a tier. Got him. Good try though. One god, two gods? Kinda. Really like the horns, like the hair amidst the horns. This stuff back here is looking cool. I think the capes look strange. The ones that are going straight down are cool. These ones are alright. Outfit's okay. Forearms is cool. Weapon is not. Everything else very nice. Is this great? Are these great? They're somewhere. I don't think they're... Are they S or are they great? I think great. Now, where in great do they fall? I like this guy. These are more flamboyant. This is a boat. This is a bird. Kind of good looking bird, though. I don't know. I'm gonna put them here and I'll think about it later. They're in the great tier, though. They're in the G tier. Not a demon, by the way. What the fuck? The only thing that makes less sense than Valkia not being a demon is this dude. Excuse me? Alright. Rules writers. Gotta go, but your parting shot is that all thick cast centerpieces are Omega Trash tier and you play Stormcast Thunderstrike for life. Alright, fair enough. He's just a big spawn. Heartwarming family portrait. The hero are the two dudes up top. It has a human mother. So do many demons. Right? The three brothers. This is huge. In real life, this thing is massive. Very big. N times monster, if I IIRC correctly. He is fine. I like how these big horns back here kind of make a little bit of a staircase to what would be a throne or something. I think that's cool. This guy here, this wizard here, meh, mid. He's just like large with big chunks everywhere, but they're not like humongously interesting. Just kind of there. He's fine. Is he fine or is he like good? I don't know. He's fine. I might put him in good. You could do some really interesting paint job on this guy and make him look amazing, obviously. He's alright. Glucose. I should have it E at the end. The lazy. Love the snake. Love the dudes and the lady here. Here's your next aperitif. Big mutants pulling his sleigh. Don't like the crab claw. That's dumb, but okay. The it's got a little staircase up to it. This thing looks sick. If you turn it around, it has relief sculptures on it, which look quite nice. Glucose himself? I want more. I want fatter. I want huger. I want Jabba the Hutt sitting back here. He looks too normal. He's kind of like the least interesting part of his whole model. I probably said that last time, because I believed it then, and I believe it now. Put the Guo in there somehow? Yeah, I don't know. This thing looks very good. You can't say it doesn't. In real life as well. But I wanted... Yeah, I guess I wanted dancers or something around him. I want him to be more monstrous. And I think the crab claw aesthetic is bad. This is probably the coolest version of crab claws on guys I've seen, maybe. But it was a bad idea. Where is it? Is it good or great? I could see great. There's a lot of detail everywhere. There's a lot of shit going on. It has huge flaws, but it also has huge great stuff going on. I'm putting it in great. So I shit on it the whole time, and then I put it in great. Figure that one out. Ahem. Next. Tap dancing in hell. Yeah, the pose is terrible. I said this last time and I still believe it. It looks like he's a kid on a swing set. He's holding the chains and he's just swinging on a swing set. Tap dancing on this awful two-dimensional fire on the ground. He doesn't look like he's swinging weapons. He looks like he's just kind of holding them as he's falling. This isn't how this would look. The model itself looks quite badass. It's just his pose is terrible. Ahem. Probably the worst pose of any centerpiece. He looks like how fire slayers hold weapons, which is not a compliment. So what do you do with pretty cool looking thing with a pose that's so bad it ruins everything? I have problems or legit bad? I think legit bad. It actually ruins everything. The problems I have are so huge that they actually ruin everything. Still better than thankful though. No Ushiran on the list? Oh, really? I didn't even look for Ushiran. I just assumed he would be there. Oh, no. Alright, hey, quick update. Because I was prepared to talk about Ushiran. Hey, look. He's fixed. That's it. It's fixed. You gave him a little more armor. You fucked his wings up. Way better weapons. Cooler head. And the pose isn't dumb. It's fucking fixed. He's old. Top of good, maybe bottom of great, maybe? Yeah, he do be looking kind of old, but he's just great. He's just great, and I think he works... Yeah, he works in low grade. Great job. Great job, comma, good work. You fixed the entire Bloodthirster. And all you had to do was change a lot about it. Big Burb. This is trash. Staff, dumb. tiny neck having, tiny bird head. Dumb. Skip leg day, dumb. Filigree parts just busy it up without really making it look any better. Wings are alright. It's trash. Slightly above... Actually, yeah, it's above Manticore guy. Kairos Fate Weaver. Oh, 2 heads. More interesting stuff. Better loincloth. Way cooler staff. Alright. Okay. You go all the way up into... I'm looking for him. Did I already pull him out, or what? Blind streamer, there it is. Goes all the way up into I have problems. And my problems with it are... I don't like birds, and I think this is a dumb idea for a huge demon. And it doesn't look that cool, but it's fine. Ultimately, it's kind of fine. Too much filigree, though. Busies it up. You think this is the only hard disagree you've had? You love it. Some people love birds. I don't. But look at that. Hey, I don't know. I put this in great, even though I hate birds. So here we are. Hates birds confirmed? Yeah, that's part of my lore. I don't like birds. Not a bird fan. Me and Odin go way back, and we had a disagreement. Now I got a drone outside, shoots down crows trying to get into my yard outside my wizard tower. A magic drone. Don't let your Bloodhawks know, they'll all roll 1s. If they roll 1s, they'll just be proving me right. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. But dinosaurs are fine. Yeah, I'm not even really a big fan of dinosaurs. Even the coolest version of birds, which was dinosaurs, are still like, eh. Damn, that's a rough one. I don't even care for your ancestors. Why is a bird a weird choice for a demon? Because it ends up not looking cool, and I think that's weird. I think if you're trying to make a demon, you should make it look cool. And they didn't, so it's a weird choice. Just a strange choice. I get it from a bunch of... So, like, for instance, birds have a lot of portent to them. There's the Odin thing, right? You could draw from a million conceptual reasons for using bird imagery. And those all make sense. But then you don't even make it look cool. What are you doing? Anyway. Fuck birds. The Chungus. In keeping with the Maw Crusher, it's just a circle. But these horns here, the horns and the sword, really help the silhouette a lot, even though it is just a giant bulb, right? Look at this flesh. Totally disgusting. Detail everywhere, but not feeling too busy. This thing looks sick. The Rodicus version, way worse. Rodicus version noticeably worse than Sword Bell, or Sword whatever this thing is. And a big oogie boogie man looking smile. I really like the antlers. I don't know if the antlers were a new thing or an old thing, but whoever thought of putting antlers on this, 10 out of 10, genius idea. Wonderful. Just wonderful. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. Is it S tier? Probably. Maybe it's just great, because I don't like gross things. but it's kind of a classic, and it works well. Maybe the silhouette holds it back. Unsure. Top of grade, maybe. I don't know. It's in one of these two tiers, and it's really good. Rodicus is noticeably worse. Just kind of everything, every way that Rodicus is, his special hand, his special other hand with the staff in it, his alternative head, the mouth in his belly instead of just effluvia, all of that is just strictly worse than the normal Guo by such a huge margin that he's like in the bottom of whatever tier the thing is in. Funny Nurgling who's cosplaying as him. You'd love to make a Nurgle army where every model is just a single Nurgling on each base. Perhaps I judged you too harshly. Right. Speaking of bad rules. Yep. Yeah, those rules be bad. This is one of the least offensive crab claw things I've seen. Goat face looks weird. But it looks very nice. The Shalaxi Hellbane version, not a fan. Shalaxi version, much worse. Maybe this is like a too nitpicky of a complaint. I might have said this last time. In the single Chaos God who has any sort of artistic references pulling in gender into it, just drawing a straight line down the center of the character and being like left is female, right is male, that's boring. That's like the first idea you think of in the brainstorming session of how does this god play with gender, you know? I want you to get more creative than that. That's the first idea you would ever come up with. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky though. They do got the 300 Persian look. They do have a lot of Persia in them. It's probably too nitpicky. I mean, fair enough. What kind of standards am I holding them to? Real art? Not really. We're trying to have a laugh here. We're trying to have fun with a lot of this stuff. The sculpt quality is super crazy. Good cape game. Musculature looking very nice. It's impressive to me that they managed to get such a JoJo looking face out of a goat, you know? It's impressive they managed to do that. I still think the face is weird. You can never figure out if GW thinks Warhammer is supposed to be appropriate for kids. It's more like whatever the pearl clutchers in the country that they're from think is appropriate for kids, you know? I don't see how this is inappropriate for kids. I guess it depends on what you define as a kid, but this doesn't strike me as you saw a Keeper of Secrets and now your life is over. I don't know. Sometimes the pearl clutchers are a mystery to me. Losing the crab arbs would improve the sculpt dramatically. There has to be some sort of monstrous, scary, dangerous thing on it, though. I too loathe the crab claw aesthetic and think it is too stupid. But I do think there needs to be some element of thinly veiled danger and murder, like appearance on it in some way. Anyway, I think it's probably great. Is it great or just good? Man, this came out and everyone said it was S tier. And then a year or two later, great. And then a year or two later, the longer this is out, the more complaints everyone has with it. It's sleek and competent. Or it's sleek and more than competent. It's like, yeah, good. Damn, Vince is never gonna forgive me. Sorry. It's good. From Troy Bone. How much worse is this? This is much worse. Literally fine. I know they're very similar. Making a political statement. Next. God damn. Now this is a fucking demon. Holy shit. Let's not waste anyone's time. He's S tier. Second place. Jesus. Great base. Stealing a soul. Great weapon. Great wings. Chains and skulls in the wings. Pretty good horns. Wearing good stuff. Face is alright. 10 out of 10. Look, see those wings? He's a bird. Trash tier. Actually. Actually. These are bat wings, and bats are mammals. Anyway, and he's pointing, which is hilarious. God damn, what a Chad. Second place, S tier. Holy shit. Nothing else needs to be said. Imagine downgrading. Yeah. Yeah. Archeon L. He gets lost in his own model. The star of the show for Archeon is his mount. And he's kind of playing second fiddle to it. And the mount looks stupid. Its pose is stupid. Its three heads are stupid. Its bib armor is stupid. There's a bunch of skulls physically implanted into its flesh. That's stupid. The wings are good. Archeon himself is cool. It's just Dorgar is so trash. It's also obnoxiously big. Too big. This is like what everyone... How do I put this? When Age of Sigmar first came out, people were like, damn, it's just, it's just too busy and stupid and over the top. And this guy, like, personifies that in a bad way. I've seen the old Archeon. His cape is as thick as a Christmas cookie. And yet, it looks better than this. this was a downgrade. Is it legit bad? No. Kinda. The sculptor had no say in whether Dorgar was supposed to look stupid or not. The three heads are dumb. Pose is dumb. The main guy isn't the star of the show in his own model. I don't know, man. I got problems. I think I have problems. He's not legit bad. I just have problems. Looks better than the stupid bird, though. The peak of suffering from AoS 1.0. Yeah, it's Archeon and it's the Celston Prime. Kind of two models that were made too soon. They should have waited. AoS players make fun of bad 40k models, and 40k players make fun of this. Dude, AoS players make fun of this. It's fine. Yeah, the dragon pose is kind of confusing. Is it falling? Yes, it looks like it is falling. I think maybe it's about to land, but it's too sideways for that. I don't know what it's in the middle of doing exactly. Besides, like, flying kicking some guy who's slightly off of his base. I'm not sure. Are we getting spicy? Hold on. If I put Kragnos in legit bad. No, there's more redeeming qualities to this. We don't need to meme here. Well, we do, but next slide, please. I tire of looking at this Archeon. The Driup. Yes, it is dripping. Out of the candle factory they found it in 40 years ago when they made this thing. Hey, remember that one scene in Lord of the Rings? Bro, can I copy your homework but change it just enough so it looks like I didn't copy? Sure. Spindly, busy kind of nonsense. I have problems. What even is this thing? Also, you can build it, like, you can build this into 3 different, quote-unquote, different things that are all the same. Anyway, yeah, probably I have problems, or maybe legit bad. Is it legit bad, though? Look, in the prehistoric era, when this thing was made, these ghost knights were probably pretty cool looking. Like, ooh, I can't believe the ghosts are really spinning around that. I think it's just ancient. Maybe. Trash. Fine. I didn't need much convincing. Captain Longdawn. Prince Longdawn. Of the... which dynasty? I can't remember the dynasty. What's the dynasty for Prince Longdawn? Castelli, I think? Castelli, right? Alright, I remembered it before chat wrote it. We're good. This is... trash. It's trash. It's above that guy. Probably above that thing. Maybe not. It looks dumb, spindly, bat. Guy just straight up glued onto the back of it without kind of a care in the world, feet dangling out. His spear is totally badass, sure, but this is the worst. It just looks awful. It's got a cane. When you think Draco Lich, or undead dragon, you got to imagine something very, very old to look as bad as this does. You got to imagine like Draco Lich from Burtox Tulis's realm in EverQuest 1, right? Like the Plane of Fear. Yeah, this... Give it to the old world. It looks like it. Terrible design for a zombie dragon. Don't like it. Don't like it, also hate it. Too skinny. Too bat-like. Too spindly. Annoying to put together, too. Anyway, it's trash. Mommy and her cringe brother? Damn. Okay. Mommy and her cringe brother. I really like... Look at this arm. I really like the arm turning into the hand and the huge fingers turning into scythes. Curling back like spider, you know? Bunch of straight lines. That looks very nice. Hips are weird. This little... hump here looks kind of weird. She's just kind of standing there. I get, well, not standing there, but I don't know. I mean, it's a monstrous creature. It's a crazy monstrous creature. There's some duct tape. There's some duct tape holding this thing together, and it looks weird from different angles. These wings do a lot of heavy lifting. It's by far the most visually interesting part about the whole deal. I think the really cool silhouette brings it up, though. Really interesting, cool silhouette. Either fine or good. I think it's top of fine. It's supposed to look like a bunch of stuff duct taped together, I guess. Like that's what it's supposed to do, but alright. You have problems with giant monsters looking upwards? They should be the biggest thing on the table. Okay. Yeah, the torso location looks weird, and these like hip skirt things make it look extra just glued on in a bad way. I don't the transition doesn't work all the way through. They tried to do something neat, but why is a body on a neck? Yeah. It looks like a really good kit bash that didn't quite work, and yet it's an entire model. I think that's the most damning thing I could say about it. It looks like a kit bash. But I really like the wings. Great work. Do people play these? Yes. People play Neferata right now, I think. Maybe. In the past, some people have played these, but Games Workshop doesn't like it when they do. Every time people play these, they raise their points so that they stop. These are okay. An undead horse thing just filled with skulls is, I guess, the most Warhammer thing you could come up with, right? They're leaning into the stereotype. Something about the blind mount is cool. Yeah, I like the blind mount. I think I agree. Which one's the coolest, though? The best paint job or color scheme, clearly Neferata. She's got the best scheme. The best looking rider is clearly Archon. The best cape game is Manfred, because I had to do something where Manfred won. The least hair award goes to Manfred. Most playable right now, I think, award. I think people are playing Manfred now too. We all know which one's the worst. Neferata has two big arguments. I don't think she's dual wielding. Manfred is. Violet Kraken Gaming. Hey, how you doing? Middle is the best for you. You'd have to mix all three for me, I guess. Regardless, I'm pretty sure you put them all in the same thing, right? No, you didn't. Okay. They're all close enough to each other. They go in the same spot. And that spot is fine. They're fine. Her mount is the best. Archon here is the best, and then this is just kind of a mixture of both. Really, it's just the paint scheme that's doing that. I think these are cooler than these. These don't look like kit patches, at least. Worse than Treeman? Oh, damn. Called out. No, they're probably more interesting than Treeman. Keeper is better than those? Keeper for sure is. But Keeper is up here in good. Shalaxi Hellbane. Somewhere down here. Yeah. Unim Kitty. Archon being a preview for OBR is kind of cool. Maybe we do this. And they're all the fucking same, so. They are cooler than Treeman. I personally like the look of them more than this guy. I guess more artistry went into this, but it was kind of wasted on something that doesn't look good. Or cool. Yeah, maybe. We'll refine this as we move along, you know? Let him cook. Look at this dude. Jesus. This guy. He was Catacross the first diorama centerpiece? Because St. Catherine came out after him, right? I mean, he looks like he's paying a painter to paint him, right? And he's posing for it. The big shield, the weapon, the humongous codpiece. Jesus Christ. His scroll man, disapproving samurai man, personal guard, banner bearer, human cell phone, well, not human cell phone, anyway, bird messenger, spy master with the poison ear stuff. This shit is so sick. Damn. Absolutely zero implied movement. If you care about that. Which I do. and yet it's still S tier. And there he sits. Yeah, he's not even reading the message, he's just looking straight out at his enemies. Is Codpiece points or negative points? It's points. Look at the shine, the sheen. The size. He's made out of bone parts. Why give him a crotch at all? Intimidation. The world moves around Catacross. Damn, he's good. The tasteful thickness of it. Great work. Still S tier. Still amazing. What a success story. And then we got Skeletor. This is really cool. I assembled and painted one pre-COVID, and at that point, the pieces of it and some of the stuff was feeling a touch, just a touch old. It probably feels even more so now, but it's still great. I don't have a huge problem with this guy. He also has a big sword version if you're into that. Swirling energies, turning into ghosts, that's cool. Bone, I don't know what you would call that stuff coming up from his collar, the spinal regalia or some such. Those look sick. The humongous Pope hat is funny. I appreciate it. Emaciated middle part. Yeah, this shit still slaps. It's still good, man. S tier though? I don't know. I put the rats in there. So, must I put him? It's called Drea. Okay. Probably... Is this great, even? Is this even great? Well, we could directly compare them. Is Nagash better than these ladies? Or the Sludge Raker Beast, or something like that? Somewhere. Yeah, he has aged a bit. So have these, for sure. I don't know. I'm gonna keep him here. He's not gonna end up here, but... Cannot be constrained by base. Yeah, these, I measured it. These horses are about 3 inches off the edge of the base. That's not okay. They must have gotten word from the rules team. This shit's gonna suck for 5 years. Don't worry about even making sure it's on a base. People won't be playing it anyway. This looks so sick. It doesn't have a particularly Age of Sigmarified look to it. It's just a perfect representation of exactly what it is, right? A black coach with ghost skeletal horses and stuff. A little bit of storytelling with the things the handmaidens have. Looks great. Is this S tier or is it great? Maybe S. Looks really good. Best old model? Maybe this Skaven. if you want to consider that old. Maybe the, you know, Lord Screech and all the, whatever all the other ones are called. There's like 6 of them. I think the best old model is probably these. At least so far. I'll give you an update as we move away from it. Dudes in chat. The cover of the movie Alien. Nice reference there. Roots coming up from under the ground even. Sephiroth hair. Big doot. Don't like the feet or the legs, but the cape is good and the vines look great. This guy is wonderful. Just great. We have another S. He's not like spectacular, but he is S tier. He's wonderful. I don't know where I'm gonna put him. For now, I guess I'm just gonna put things in tiers, and we'll worry about what versus what later. How wonderful. There's a lot of stuff going in S tier and great. You love the little egg guy. Does he qualify as a centerpiece? Sure. He looks like a movie poster, you know? I don't know. He could be bigger, but... Who is that guy? Who's this guy? An S tier, that's who. Time to read the egg messages. Eggs are stupid, though. Eggs are delicious. You like Sunnyside eggs? Based. Actually true. Ahem. Sunny side up eggs, so good. Perfect for dipping toast into. All eggs are the ultimate protein. I don't know much about food science, but sure. That may or may not be correct. Speaking of things that do be looking pretty old, but still sell the game to people. Right? People see this, and they're like, yo, what game is that, though? Feet for free. Wings are cool. Face weird, pose weird. This is before they perfected making women in AoS, or in Warhammer. Beetle is awesome. The idea of a combat stag beetle tank is sick. Thighs with no thigh highs are like a car with no gas. What's the point? Is old even a problem? Yeah. It's Big Girl doing a Mushimi-sama with a crazy cool mount that doesn't distract from the girl itself. Yeah. Archaon needs to take notes. Even though the beetle is huge and impressive, she is still the center of attention, right? So, yeah, Archaon, take notes. This is how you have a really big, impressive mount that doesn't steal the show from you, exactly. Hey, great work. Fake S tier. Is that because of the paint job? A little bit. You can fix anything with a paint job, right? You could probably even make Sulstan Prime look good with like some Sergio looking ass paint job, right? Make him all chrome or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, good work. Looking good. Someday, this is gonna look old enough so that it creeps outside of S tier, but that day is not today. Primetime did nothing wrong. He himself did, but alright. Damn. Oh, man. Fat Cube. D6 knee pads. Thick goop. Swirly whirlies. This is before they had the brilliant idea of making Stormcast look cool. For some reason, at the very beginning of Age of Sigmar, even though it was after the end times, so they were already getting pretty good at making models, they went with the bold choice of not making Stormcast look cool whatsoever. And then they made this guy. And then they've been slowly dialing it back. They're like, we can make him look alright. We can make him look kinda okay. And they started making like Yndrasta looking stuff and Ionis, and they're like, fine. We'll make him look cool. Are you guys happy? And then everyone said, yeah, we are happy. This guy was made too early. He came out too soon. They were still heavy on the Art Deco, which they've taken a step back from, which is very good. Not that I'm a hater of that period or anything, but they tried to make them resemble Space Marines, which was a mistake. Yes, it was. It wasn't a mistake from a product point of view. Big armor plates and helmets, so that a new player can just apply paint onto the model and give it one wash, and it looks fine. And you don't have to do faces or anything. Like, that's a good selling point for your product. But they made him too much. They made him too much like that. It's trash. It's under the bird. Are you sure you didn't edit this picture? Is it really this wide? Oh yeah, these fucking guys. What an awful face and a head for these creatures. They're just screaming. Just screaming. Everything else about them isn't that bad. The wings are fine, cool even. The tail is neat. The little horsey clip-clop soccer shin guards. Okay. I would have preferred barding on the whole thing. The dude on the back actually do be looking kind of cool for the Fat Cast era. Well, actually, this is the Sarcosanct era. His helmet's cool. His wing staff thing is alright. He has a cape. These have problems. I have problems. I have problems. Why does the Pegasus have a weird screaming cow head? Because a lot of creatures they made in this era were just 2 or 3 mythological / normal creatures duct taped together for no reason in ways that didn't work very well. Because a normal horse is, quote, too boring. Which is true. Generally. We're trying to be exciting. However, duct taping just random shit together, a little too much. It was a bit much. Honk. The fucking goose honk. I believe you can build this without the honk meme. He's got a decent amount of armor, so I appreciate that. The pose is awful. When you have the wings all closed up like this, it looks decidedly worse than when you have the wings all open. There's open models and closed models, I guess. This one's sort of closed, even though we can see his chest here. The dude on the back is just happy to be here. Check out this hammer, bro. Hey, guys. check this shit out. I don't know. The horns are okay. Tail thing is dumb. Yeah, you know, Trouble Vision, I think I agree. People see the beetle and they're like, yo, what game is this? People see this and they're like, oh. Age of Sigmar, huh? I don't know. I'm projecting probably. I don't like it. Never did like it. It looks a lot better in real life, as everything does, with a good paint job, but I think the choices they made when making this thing were not good, and is this legit bad? I think it's legit bad. It's better than Tap Dancing Guy. It's better than this. This guy's face is so bad, but so are these. Centaurs are stupid, but so are dragons when their wings aren't out. Right? Not enough armor. Okay amount of armor. Yeah, it drowns somewhere in legit bad. Do you get points for at least trying to be interesting? Kragnos isn't even trying to be remotely interesting. These are at least making an attempt, I guess. Geez, I don't know. We'll figure out the ins and outs of exactly how bad they are later. Hey, look. Dragons. Oh, and you decided to make their wings look cool. By one of them, I guess, being splayed out. Good pose. Well, maybe a little awkward of a pose, but it is at least a pose instead of tripping over terrain. You know, after these things had just come out when we did the last Centerpiece tier list. And I had commented right when they came out that they had the Disney looking face, right? Here's Scar from The Lion King. They made them too anthropomorphized in the face. And the reason they did that was to show the intelligence of the creature, which was essentially a good idea, but I think they went too far with it. Also, they should have more armor. And more muscles. Too close to furry shit, yeah. You can have cool looking furry stuff, I've seen it. But it's hard. You're walking a fine line there. Anyway. I think I feel the same about these as when they first came out. A human that got dragofied. Are these fine or good? Or I have problems? I'm not sure. They're really quite nice. It's just the faces are a little unnerving. And I don't know. They look cool in real life. How would you compare them to Nicole Bolas? It depends on the art. There's been a million pictures of Nicole Bolas, right? There's a lot of different arts of him. Maybe I just start directly comparing them to stuff. Are these better than all the stuff in Fine? Yes. Alright, then they go up. Are these better than the trees? Yes. Are these better than these guys? Yes. Are they better than this guy? Yes. Are they better than the giants? Who also would look almost really cool if not for a few huge mistakes. Unknown. This is a meatball dragon versus, honestly, a proper dragon. It's just the face is unnerving, that's all. Like, how high up do you get? Which one's better? Scar's better. This, it's honestly this face, and maybe it's even how it was painted. This one is a lot less human looking in a good way, so I think Scar is actually better than the other one. The meatball dragon radiates menace. That's true. How do you feel about this? Consider this. This is an anthro dragon. Looks great. This is an anthro dragon one step farther than this one, and this one was already a little too far. And that step puts it down into I have problems. Too human. This one too, but enough to ignore. This one's more, a little bit more pouncing. Maybe that's just the angle. Yeah, kangaroo looking ass. I think the blue one goes into I have problems, and this one's chilling with the meatball. Put the meatball right here next to him, and so they're just buddies. He's laughing. He's laughing. Brother! Next. He's back in Pog form. Okay, remember when I said it's just a circle? And that holds it back. Well, this is just a circle. But that's cool. Who knew? Schwarzschild orrery. Would be so sick looking. Damn, he's good. Nice pompous, high chin look to him. Really cool design up here. Rather like it. Legends of the Hidden Temple gem and face. Some friendos over here. It's connected in various interesting ways that look like they're a bit disconnected. These roots are load-bearing roots. This guy is S tier. So sick. Great work. His throne is more interesting than him. True. He's actually just a pile of bones, because he's like a demi-lich, in a way. How many points does it lose for having a base that's too small? Not too many, because look at the tapering here. You can still push it up against stuff somewhat. It does lose points, but not too many. There's no black coach. The design team focused on him instead of Kragnos, and it shows. To non-AoS players, I feel like you have to explain his lore briefly to get the full effect. I feel like he really shows you what he's about, right? Very clear, strong Aztec Mayan look to it. These things are almost moving like an orrery around him, so you get like a cosmic space kind of feel to it just from that. Stargate is really happening here. He is wrapped in, he looks like a mummy, so you're thinking Lich. I think this does a great job of visual storytelling for the most part. He has a little attendant here. He's floating, and so you get magical power from it. I think this does a really good job of cluing you into what this guy's about if you don't know anything, because it's kind of all right there. It has an astrolabe look, yeah. Maybe I'm projecting all that because I know that stuff about him, but I think from context clues you could easily capture all that stuff from just looking at him. I think it does a good job of that. It makes you ask questions, but in a good way. Why is a frog wizard It's cool. Stargate Yoda at first glance, and you think that's good? That's not entirely inaccurate either. Remember these guys? The rules team didn't. Anyway, these guys are sick. I think they're really cool. They skipped leg day, and I'll never forgive them for it. But aside from that, they're awesome. I love the mountains and stuff on them. Their horns are looking kind of good. The little bonsai trees is a great nod, and they look cute and cool. I love the huge shoulder pads and the material they're made out of. The texture of the material is really cool. Double quarter pounders or the full stake. Weapons are sweet. Armor is sweet. Even the masks, I actually prefer this mask a lot to this one, but fair enough. The only thing is, their legs are spindly like twig, and hoofs are kind of dumb a little bit. But they're awesome, and I really like them a lot. Great work. You took a chance by being so creative and interesting. I'm ready to admit that they're at least great, possibly yes. These, to me, these have aged very well. They're getting better over time, the more I consider it. And some things aren't. Maybe bottom of S. I'll figure these out later. Don't worry about it. This one didn't age like fine wine for me. I feel essentially the same as I felt when it came out. Selenar looks great. The base looks wonderful. Look at all this stuff and all this detail. This is the terrain feature, by the way, as well. He is in the wrong spot, in the wrong pose, with the wrong MC Hammer parachute pants, pajamas underneath his armor, and it kind of ruins everything. I have problems. Definitely YMCA wrong pose. Wrong position. And not arrogant enough. If that's even possible. We caught him during a Sailor Moon transformation, yeah. Hot take, they should just made Selenar a cool reincarnation of Teclis, like his spirit's inside a cool sphinx or something. I don't know. I've seen people repose this guy, which is kind of hard, actually. But if you don't have to change him too much to make him look very awesome, to be fair. T-pose in midair is the peak of arrogance. He's not, he's Y-posing. If he was T-posing and his hand was like this, we're talking full Dragon Ball Z, like Trunks T-posing or something, I would be much more on board with this. But it's not quite there. I tried a visual representation. How did that work out? I don't know. He's channeling YMCA. He is. I have problems with him. Give this artist more work? They did. They have been. Look at Wave Chad. Kusari Gama over here, dual wielding. Nice spear. This headdress and mask, far superior to this one. Fish armor, not a big fan of the fish armor thing, but I mean, it's appropriate, so okay. The wave as a cloak is such a good idea. Wiggly fish friends and random crap on the bases. Alright. How lovely. I've seen a lot of vampire conversions where this is a blood cape. This doesn't add anything to my commentary. I'm just saying good work. It's S tier. Wave Chad. This helmeted version, way better than this one. Also better weapons, for sure. Anyway, it's S tier, easy. I like turtle. How's this one aged on me? Back in the old days, when this thing came out, I gave the turtle a 10 out of 10, and the thing on its back, goofy out of goof. Drummer, blind drummer, guardian guy, Star Wars, what is it? Druga's pleasure barge looking thing, kind of weird. These elves looked a little short, just slightly chibi-ized maybe, and I didn't appreciate it. This thing on its back holds it back. It's still fucking dank. Yeah, right next to the other guy who would have a cool thing, but some stuff holds it back. It's great. Your only complaint is the back banner snaps so much. Oh, does it? Is it like the Frost Lord tail then? I know that pain. 3 totally unique models. Yeah. It's the guys on Magmadroth. Magmadroths look quite cool. Good work. The thing they're sitting on is hella stupid. The guys themselves don't even have any pants. Bad idea. The Latchkey Grand Axe does look cool on the leader one. Everybody else's shit doesn't. A cool monster held back by all the poor decisions that we went over a million times with Fire Slayers. Honestly, I'll put him in good, actually. Are they better than trees? Yes. Are they better than Floaty Flappy? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. This monster's hella sick. All this shit is dumb, but the Latchkey Grand Axe is cool. Versus... Really funny idea for a mount. People in the back are alright. Overall, it's probably... It's less lopsided, you know? I think these are a little more cohesive. They're less lopsided. But the mount is cooler than those. It's just this thing is stupider than those, so... yeah, I think I'm comfortable with them being underneath those. I think this is where they sit. Next, magic wheels. Okay, Daughters of Cain players. Cover your ears and your children's ears. This shit's stupid. Spindly, disconnected, staircases. It looks like it's made out of cardboard and particle board in a theater. Pumpkin carriage from Cinderella looking ass. Dumb. T-posing Chad statue. Funny for a meme. Lady. Big hair lady casting a spell. Alright. Medusa girl. Actually cool. The big mirror gives you an opportunity to paint something cool on the mirror, I suppose. This one is superior to this one, even though this one is a meme. I think these are dumb. Don't like the carriage. Don't like it. Do I just have problems, or is this legit bad? Do I have a problem, chat? How many parts of this aren't legit bad? On this one... No, just kind of no redeeming qualities, except for the meme. This one, the Medusa looks cool, I guess, but that's it. Oh, actually, the statue of the guy holding up the basin. That's cool. This center, it does have redeeming qualities. Alright, I've done some soul searching, and these are legit bad. Are they stupider than this guy? Damn, that's hard. That's a tough call. Yeah. I think maybe. And the Medusa one's cooler than the statue one. Yep, legit bad. Legitimately bad. Hey. This one was S tier when it came out, but now I think I'm ready to say that it's still S tier. Easy. Wings, really good. Movement, really good. Silhouette, near perfect. The swirly whirly around the heft. Column. Pillar? Regardless. Looking good. Her helm, the mat, what is this? What is this crown? Not great. Weapon's okay. It ain't perfect. The foot version of her is not good. Foot version of her is not good. These wings are awful. The thick, stupid blood. Straight, complete straight back pose. Boring. Foot version, trash. This version S sells the game. You see this. Oh, damn, what game is that? Let's fucking go. S tier. Next. Wait, this is still sold? They didn't smother this with a pillow when New Cities of Sigmar came out? They didn't put this one out of the... Are you sure? Is this actually in the book? Your friend has 6 of these and you're always amazed by how bad they look? It looks this bad in real life too. That doesn't save it. This like... So... This sells the game. Honestly, S tier might as well be called people see it and they want to play the game. They ask about the game. They're interested in the whole game, right? I wish I could get it through Games Workshop's head that stuff like this does the literal opposite. They see this and they recoil and their wallets close. Just, ugh. What game is this so I can know to stay away? It's the reverse S tier. It is trash. The worst in the whole game, I think. Jesus. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass Dragon, says Troy Bone. First time chatter, and his first message in chat was truth. Don't forget this. Oh, you found a cool picture of it. I rather like Thunder Tusks. I think they're cool. Big old tusks, woolly mammoth looking stuff. They're cool. It's the same as Frostlord. They're just ponderously moving around. They're good. The riders haven't aged well. They're looking derpy. But it's still fine. It's still good even. But please, GW. You have so much fine cast, please. Alright, also, the next time you do these in 2035 or something, please, don't make the mono pose. Do you know how hard it is to repose these guys when you're trying to play 5 of them in an army so they don't all look copy-pasted? Oh, that 1 foot up. Oh, wee. Alright. Next. Yeah, this is real fucking old and kind of goofy looking in a lot of ways, but it's not as bad as those other ones, I guess. Last time I rated it higher than it should out of pity, but no more. This is a chibi Super Nintendo looking ass, goofy, I have problems. This one's far worse than this one. This one is legit bad, and this one is, it has problems. There we go. Next. They can do manticores? Since when? Since last year. Let's go. Alright, Talia Vedra, the Lioness of the Parch. Great wings, great lion face, realistic looking scorpion tail. Dynamic, it's fighting, she's fighting and pointing. Punished Talia with the eye patch. Good armor, actually, that's reasonably realistic for an over-the-top fantasy game for sure. The thing she's on isn't even that stupid, and I like the banners and the skeletons bowing and holding up the Sigmar twin tail S. Well, if you're gonna say S, then that's where we put it. S for Sigmar. The throne looks too big and heavy for this thing to fly. Minor gripe. It extends too high. If you look at the things inside of it, all the skulls, my problem with, if you're going to have a problem with it, the scorpion tail can't go straight over top. It has to go side to side because this thing's in the way. I think this looks strong enough that it could fly with it. Only because magic strength, though. Essentially what they've done with the space is interesting enough that I don't care, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, the Manticore has to go left or right. It can't go over top. Ionis. God damn. Why didn't they just start with this for Stormcast? If this was the first Stormcast you ever saw, and right next to him was Lord Relictor, right? Stormcast would, like, kick open the doors of Age of Sigmar 1st Edition, and, people might have been Space Marine interested in them. If only, right? Also, points for making folded wings actually kind of look cool. Normally, I'm all about the open wings. But this dragon has a very interesting pose. And, damn, nice folds, actually. Super cool aesthetic. Fucking metal. Flanged mace. Let's go. Ahem. Yeah, this is S tier. Holy shit. Amazing. Jesus. Trug and Balthano should be here too. Damn, SG Arcade is getting blasted. I apologize. SG Arcade made this up right before stream and didn't realize how many things we were forgetting. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post, alright? Damn, this is good. Holy shit. I love Stormcast now, right? What about new Hag Girl? Feet for free? Crethuselah Feet Seer? Jesus. She's very small. I let it slide. Who did I let it slide with? I let it slide with Sigvald. I let it slide with somebody else too. Oh, Sylvaneth guy. I mean, if it's the same base as Sigvald, I let it slide with him. So, all right. Hair in front of the face, cool. Wings, cool. Pose, cool. Birds, I don't like, but that's fine. Really cool symbol. Nice symbol. Overall, though, you know, not too terribly much is going on here. But it's good. Age of Sigmar is so spoiled. They'll look at a model like this and be like, yeah, that's alright. You know? When really the longer you look at it, there's all sorts of wonderful details everywhere. You know, really quite interesting. Look at this cloth coming down all the way down here. The smoke stuff, the gauntleted hand, the wraps. Even more, yet more realistic looking wings. So anyway, jeez. That is really super. I think this is good. Is it fine if I put this in good? It's good. I don't know if it's exactly great. I could accept great. It's a little... I don't know. It's a little dull for great. Not too much is happening, but I suppose it's really interesting. Yeah, you know what, sure. I'll put it in great. Somewhere in great. I think it's a testament to how spoiled I am as an Age of Sigmar player, that I look at something like this and I'm like, yeah, it's alright. No, it's really good. It's just everything we get is consistently really good. Hey, it's the Summer King, but he's not on the tier list. We'll talk about it, okay? The Summer King. This dude. If you want to talk about the arguable copium of the sculpting quality and that, look at this musculature and the vascularity, the different types of skin, like the skin over the knee versus the skin of the shins over the bones, the bones kind of peeking through there. Look at these bracers. These look heavy, don't they? Don't these look heavy? How is that possible? It's so fucking good. The cape dripping down the stairs, turning into almost a foldable liquid at the bottom. the way his hands and fingers look cradling this. His face, actually, the hair. The manufactured chain, an upside down Stormcast helmet necklace. Upside downing somebody else's symbol is meant to be a contradiction of it, right? Stuff coming out of the fur, this guy's crazed face screaming. And then I don't know what this thing's supposed to be, just a thing, I guess. And then also, he's clearly Godric the Grafted, right? He is Age of Sigmar Godric the Grafted, the Giga Ghoul. Aesthetically and artistically, if they're gonna steal from anything, steal from Dark Souls, steal from Elden Ring, let's fucking go. Long have I complained about Flesh Eater Courts just looking like wiggly, stupid guys from Bone Tomahawk and hating it, not liking it. I don't see the delusion, I hate this. And they come out with this and it's perfect. Now, Vince has
Twitch Prime
on the show when this thing came out, I was on Warhammer Weekly, and Vince was like prepared not to like this, and I knew immediately why. Because that too is obvious to me. He's like, I don't like this. And I immediately I'm like, I bet I know why. It's the silhouette, it's the pose. He's just like, the silhouette is a meatball. You have closed models and open models, right? He's hunched and curled up. All you're going to be looking at when he's on the table is like a bulb of fur, and that's it, right? Slightly below him, looking up camera angle, he looks perfect. But on the table, he's not doing anything. He's a circle. Like, all of these complaints are true. Purple Speedwagon, thanks for the prime. I appreciate it. And yet I'm a big art guy. I'm a big style and inspiration and all that shit. I like that stuff. What I don't like about him is the huge mohawk, and the back has too much fur. I want a lot of arms and shit sticking out of it. I want his right hand to be Krondis's head that he ripped off in the lore, and now it's just grafted onto his hand. Rip him off more, Snake, right? Like, put a million limbs coming out of him and everything. Go all in on ripping it off, you know? So that if you look at a silhouette, he looks like a human tree, you know, of just stuff. But I'm not grading how good it could have been. I'm grading what it is. And if S tier sells your game when people look at it, it does that. He's S tier. And there you go. And then Trug, let's bring him up. We'll fix this in post. Don't worry about it. But Trug AoS. Surely I'll get a picture of Trug, the Troggoth King. Right. Here he be. I hate his face, but he's supposed to be that ugly. That's what they were going for, and they succeeded. I don't like how cartoony he is, but again, that's just their thing. That's what Trogs are. He's smashing you with the hammer. That's cool. I really like the Stargate on his back, and I think the antlers are quite cool too. He's smaller than I thought, but I guess I shouldn't have thought that, because look at these. They're right next to him. Trug is way smaller than... This dude should be maybe not quite mega size, but... yeah, mega size. Anyway. So much detail here, it actually kind of becomes lost. There might be too much, even. There might even be too much detail everywhere, especially up here. I think I just kind of hate... I kind of low-key hate the troll aesthetic in AoS. Too cartoony, too weird proportions, maybe a little too much detail, too ugly in a whimsy way. A lot of good artistry goes into making all of them, I just really don't like them. Which is true for Guo, and yet it's in S tier, and I can't do it for these guys. It's not good enough. I don't know what it is. Trug is good. Yeah, he's good. If this guy's in good, then he's in good, right? I can't punish him too much for my personal tastes. How about Balthanos and Lady of Vines? Alright. Lady of Vines. Okay. Step on Me meme is funny, first of all. But as a centerpiece, she's fine. Like just in the fine tier. It's alright. You know, pointing with a stick, has some roots coming after people, stepping on a funny man, but yeah. It's you know, it's a tree lady. Kind of free shrugs, I don't know. Hate to add more, but did we do Drycha? Oh yeah, Drycha should be on here too. She's great. I'll put Drycha in high good probably, like I did last time, I think. The Magoth triplets, Blowab, Rotspawn, Morbidex, Twiceborn, and Orgot's Demon Spew. I did it. Yes. I remembered all their fucking names of those dudes that in an army I don't play. I did it. They are trash. They're trash. They look like dollar store plastic chew toys for your dog. The mounts. And then the guys on the back are okay. They're trash. What else? How about... Oh, Balthanos? Oh yeah, Night Hunt Mortark. You're right. Lady Olinder. Lady Olindir. Spelled wrong. Twice. So, just her. It's simple, but it's kind of has a simple, kind of a simple beauty to it. I like the shawl. You can see the skull behind the rosary bush. Nice cape game, holding it up. This part right here, this thin, whoops, this thin cube or rectangle, great. The thing she's holding, not cool. These two shrieking maidens, trash. So where does she end up? Good, I think. I'll put her in good. Cygor, I have problems. Just simply too old and weird. Break a boss on Mire Brute, great. easy, great. Horticulus, great. What else are we doing? Kurdos the Craven King. I know what he looks like, but I want the full thing. You know, Allrack is better than both of them. Allrack S tier. Kurdos. Fine. Good. Allrack shits on both of them. S tier. S tier easy. Look at this dude. Nighthaunt W. Terrorgeist, trash. Belthanos. I love this content. You guys are just saying stuff. I know what it is, and I immediately just say trash, and then we move to the next. This is great. Good work. Picture of Belthanos, please. Open image in new tab, I guess, because it's not, like, quite official yet. Fine. The bug reminds me of Encourage from classic WoW. And so my nostalgia brain is taking over, and it wants me to say that this is great or good or something. It's fine. The bug really is quite nice. I'll say it's good. I'll say it's good. Am I being too harsh on this guy? Let's look at the good tier. Alright, now let's look at the great tier. Okay, alright. He could be in good, he could be in great. Maybe high good. And some of this stuff in great, maybe it's, Is Bastion Carthelos big enough to qualify as a centerpiece? No, but he's S tier. And so that's the way you slice that one up. Where's Nagash? He's in great. He's in great. Jabberslide? Trash. Bug has a lovely sculpt. The guy is just a Kurnoth. Yeah, the guy's just a Kurnoth. And Kurnoths aren't particularly cool looking. We have the 3 megas. Do we have King Broad? Yes. He's right in the middle. What we don't have is the 4th mega. But that's fine, because this is the coolest mega. All the other megas just look worse, and they're all pretty similar, so. Normal Treeman on Big Bug. He's a callback to the original Orion. Alright. Where's Kronspine? Trash. Feel like anything else is going to be too small, but if we go small enough, I vote Belladoma Volga S tier. To me, just great. Arachnarok. Just the spider? Good. Everything on the spider? Trash. Akelian King? Good, maybe great. I think I'm willing to admit low great. This is a wonderful. I don't have to do anything, and people just type something. I say if it's good or not. Damn. Now this is content. Just naming. calling out every, like, model, or we're getting even to foot heroes, you know? Hey, wait a minute. Isn't the new Dark Elf a foot hero? You know? Not so much a centerpiece. Anyway, whereas Archaon in the I have problems tier. Heavily flawed. Big flaws. Legitimately doesn't look as cool as the old version. And I didn't play the old game, so I don't have any nostalgia for the old game. It's just a fact. Not good. Hydra, trash. Arachneros, Charlotte's Web diorama, writing Great Pig over Big Pig? I don't know, show me. What's the old version look like? It's just him on a horse. Death Dealer looking... It's just Archaon on a black horse, looking like Rao from Fist of the North Star, with a cape that is very old and thick and kind of bad looking. But it's more striking and iconic, and he's the center of attention, and it just looks better. Free grippies. What if the horse was upsized to the new mount size? Would he still be tiny, though? Actually, let's... Since we're here... Where's Drazoth from the Chorfs? In the trash where he belongs. I'm just kidding. Drazoth from Chorfs. Is he the big... Centaur, Minotaur, bull-looking guy? Is that guy? Drazoath. Chorf. Man, I can't find this guy. Anyway, I don't know. I looked for it for like 1 second and I didn't see it. Seraphon Triceratops. I have problems. Just small and ancient and not doing anything. Kind of boring. Engine of the Gods, same. Slightly more interesting, but shittier guys on it. Where's the Frost King or Over Tyrant? Yeah, true. That's what I'm asking GW. Great question. Stonehorns, just good. The riders are aging pretty poorly, but the monsters are still charming. Drazoth Mono, Forge World, and Trash and Husband. Okay, let's check it out. And because it's a Forge World you found online, of course we get a... Okay, I'll give it a... It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't quite make it to good, but it's fine. The bull looks nice, the rider doesn't. Wings are okay, movement not great. Armor reminds me a lot of the million companies that just kind of mass produce GW looking stuff. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing really wrong with it, I guess. It's fine. Rogue Idol, the greatest model never sculpted? Yeah, for sure. Below trash, even. Skarak? Do you mean Squat Rack? The dump truck of corn? Damn. Gone too soon. The Glute Master. Anyway, let's do the fights. Easy. Does he beat Catacross? I don't know. These have gone up in my opinion over time. These have grown on me. Not a fan of Shalaxi compared to the base keeper. No, I think it's just a straight downgrade, not just in rules, but also in aesthetics. She just looks worse. Noticeably worse. It's obvious, it's probably not this humongous, though, right? Gua's my boy. Lariel is S, but she's starting to get power crept. She is starting to get power crept, yes. It's a good way to put it. I can't do too specific of an order because it's hard to compare all these when they're so different, right? Let's see if anything is in the wrong tier. Is there anything in this S tier you think should not be here? Anything in here where you're like, you're crazy, this doesn't belong in S? If somebody said these two Skaven, I would... I think I would reasonably listen to that. Maybe this guy. Vermin Lords could be S gatekeepers. Yeah, I think they're just great. Usharan should be S. Usharan's not in this tier list. His image wasn't uploaded. So apologies. But yeah, I would put him in S. Even though he has the worst silhouette ever, and he's not doing anything, I think he's still S. Which is just a testament to how crazy good their style was, and also the artistry of creating the thing. Speaking of artistry creating the thing, just great. My one special criteria is to be in S tier, you have to see it, and you now want to buy the game. Like, you're interested in Age of Sigmar. You see the model, you're like, what game is this? You know what I mean? That's true with these first four, for sure. Sigvald, maybe not. Marathi, yes. This, yes. The Fukin Pigs, the Guo, even this guy, yeah. And so she's still up here, just because of that. Same with the Wave Chads. Do you think the Hamburglers do, too? The double quarter pounder guys? Like, you see double quarter pounder man, and you're like, what game is that from? I want to play that game. This guy, yes. This guy, no. Probably. Maybe that means that this guy shouldn't quite be. I don't know that he rises to that occasion. Even though I like him. I like everything about this. It's so simple and wonderful. From these wonderful roots to the cloak to the hair and the bugs. Like, everything is so good. I don't know if it sells you on the game of Age of Sigmar. Random question, double smash patty or big thick single? I don't know what a smash... Is a smash patty like a... Is that from a place? If you see this, are you like, I'm buying Age of Sigmar now? Does this still belong in S, or does it drop down? What do you guys think? I could go either way on it. It's S. Alright, I didn't need too much convincing. Pigs are really good, but am I getting recency bias on pigs? Let's see. No, these hogs are just fucking sick, actually. The sidecar guys are weird, though. I think they could. Maybe the lowest S. Alright, what about... Whom else could... Who could possibly break into S here? The twins? How do you feel about the twins? Are they breaking the barrier? Or not quite? I think they're just great. Nah. I think the boat does for steampunk enjoyers. Yeah, for a certain type of person. Probably bottom, but sure. Yeah, I think so. Bird pretty high up. Skaven pretty high up. Guy pretty high up. Twins. Sludge, Nagash, Turtle, Dude, Feet, Scarbrand, and then the other type of Guo. Is Ionis in S? Yes, he's second place at the moment. Probably because of recency bias. About the new Tomb King Lich on Dragon. What they were trying to do was channel the old models and come out with something new that still really felt old and kind of scuffed looking. And they succeeded. However, it looks old and scuffed looking, and there's a bunch of empty space, and it's not great. By today's standards, or at least at all. But it's supposed to look like that. Because the old models didn't look any good at all. Maybe at the time people thought they did, but I was alive when those came out back in the day, and it was... I don't know. Yeah, I remember the year of our Lord 2000 and 1997... and 2006 and all this other stuff, and whenever I went into a game store, every once in a while there was a Warhammer Fantasy thing No one was ever playing it. I never actually saw anyone playing the game in my whole life in a store, but there were like boxes on shelves and stuff, and you'd look at them and you're like, you'd look at your digital watch and the year is 2003 and you're like, these models look terrible. That was always my thought. Maybe, and then I look at other models of that same era and they look even worse. So Games Workshop was like ahead of their competition, but even as a kid I'm like, this isn't that great. But then also I was playing video games that today look shit, right? So maybe it's just people's brains work differently, right? Anyway, so that's my long answer of saying that, do I like the new Tomb King Lich Dragon? No. Doesn't look any good. But it was trying to look like the old models that I don't think looked any good back then either. And so it succeeded at what it was trying to do, ostensibly. You know, it's trying to look old and bad, just like all the other old and bad stuff. I don't mean to be so callous, but yeah. Cannot believe they decided to reprint the old Tomb King Skeletons. I sure can. I sure can. What I can't believe is that they aren't supporting all the armies right away, or giving rules to all the armies right away. And what I can't believe is that they got rid of all of the characters and the lore that the people liked and did a time skip backwards. The thing people like I don't, but the thing people like the most about fantasy was the world and the characters. And you're going to sweep that aside immediately? Are you crazy? And then secondly, one of the biggest factors that killed fantasy was that you never supported everyone remotely equally. There were armies that had 3 editions in between updates. That was a huge factor in the game dying. And it died a lot before it was killed. How can you make the same mistake twice? But alright. I'm done pretending to be upset for old world players. I'm sure it'll be great. It just seems, I don't know. Sometimes you're an outsider, and then you're an outsider later, and you're like, they're doing it again. But don't clip this. Don't put this in a thumbnail. GW dying ? Old world DOA. I'm sure it'll do fine. It'll sell out, just like everything they ever do sells out. It's fine. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, great tier. Yeah, these are good. They're good. She great? I could see an argument for her being great. Easy for it to sell out when they don't make enough. I mean, the worst thing is if it doesn't sell out, right? And so it's better to undershoot than overshoot. I'm not really a businessman. I have a BFA, so I'm more of an artist kind of guy and less of a numbers and business kind of guy, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. It seems perplexing to me from the outside. These are all good, man. All this shit's good. Damn, this dude just keeps falling. The more I look at him, the more I look at this guy, the more he's falling. I think this should probably go in great. But where? Here, maybe. And Meat Dragon is the guardian of good. Mouth of Mork is the guard of great. This is still the reigning champion for best sculpt in the company. And then Fine controversial. Let the controversies commence. It's fine. Loka needs to climb. She looks like a kit bash. It's probably not fair for me to say, but the sculpt looks like a kit bash, and not in a good way. The wings and fingers and stuff are actually so sick. Everything else looks like it's duct taped together and smoothed over with glue and stuff. Weird. You know, opinion's mine, I guess. Durthu at least has a sword. Yeah, you know, sure. How about this? I'll compromise. Bottom of good, top of fine. This guy's just big. Kind of simple. The guys on top aren't very interesting. He's like just huge. That's his claim to fame. He's fine. She's fine. How much worse is she than a normal keeper? A lot. But man, I don't know where to put this girl. It's just like strictly worse than this one, but like big strictly worse, and I don't feel comfortable putting it anywhere. It's fine. She's fine. Did we do Drycha? Drycha is either good or great. Let's see. I have to do the default paint scheme, because otherwise it's not fair. Beehive power armor is like a cool idea. Hair's okay. Face weird. Shows human breast. Well, elven, I guess. The audacity. This flange is weird. That was probably a mistake. No, I guess I could go in good or great. I'm dying over here. I'll put it in good. She's funny. She's good. She's good. Jalaxy goes and I have problems. Maybe. And then we got 2 human. Like 2 Disney. 2 Anthro. It's unnerving. Techless positioning and pose and look fumbled so hard that it ruins everything almost. Dorgar looks so stupid in all ways that it kind of ruins everything. Pose, bad. 3 heads, dumb. Don't like anything really about it. The wings are good, and Archaon himself looks great, but he's sort of drowning in this giant, goofy, flying kick pose of a really stupid-looking 3-headed horse thing. Dumb. These guys look pretty cool. The riders are only okay. Shrieking goat face. Yeah, just I have problems. 2-headed bird demon. I guess I want more craziness or something. I don't know. Kind of boring. Great staff, though. Bug is good. The stuff on top is trash. It's 1,000 years old and it shows, but it's still okay. Same with this. Legit bad. Should have gone in a different direction with both pose and what it looks like. For all this. Yep, for all this. Both pose and what it looks like need to be changed. And then trash. With the worst. The champion. Black Dragon. The opposite of a sells the game. It turns people away from the game to be selling stuff this old and shit looking in my IMO. Which is why they're doing whole range refreshes as they move forward. Catacross not here. Catacross is number 4. I mean, the rest of this is kind of in sort of no uncertain order, but this one's the first place. What's that model at the top of S? That is the Loon King on Mangler Squigs. Not only is it the best Age of Sigmar centerpiece, it's the best sculpt that Games Workshop currently sells. If you care about the craft of sculpting, or whatever. But that's just like my opinion, man. Could you fix Teclis with a smug anime femboy face? That would be a good start. That's top 3 steps. Maybe step 2, we'll say. You felt Zinch Demon's problem is Lord of Change is great and everything else is from the 70s. Zinch's problem is that they have like 4 models that look like they're from Pan's Labyrinth that are 10 out of 10 S tier. Everything else is either from the 70s or over-designed, too busy bird guys. Or shirtless guys with bird helmets. Too much filigree and trim. Make everything from Pan's Labyrinth and then we're fucking good, essentially. How would you do containing the 3 greater demons in a model borderline God King rides? How would I be a sculptor? Jeez, I don't know. I'd probably be a mid sculptor because I'm a mid editor. Alright. Is this the order of trash though? Let's see. This guy, his redeeming quality is the guy riding him is actually cool looking. So that's nice. This has none. The spear's cool. This has none. Look, in the year 2000, this was sick, maybe, I don't know. Bird. This, to me, this represents just like the bad idea of Stormcast Wave 1 crystallized. And so he's unfairly shouldering the burden of pretty bad ideas that were later slowly, piece by piece, onion peel by onion peel, turned into greatness, right? They did it. And so just like Age of Sigmar is a story of victory through sacrifice. Kind of did that in the game. Great work. Skyvelpox or whatever, Epidemius or whoever that is. I don't know if he's even technically supported in Age of Sigmar anymore, but I know who you're talking about. He's the Belphegor kind of shit demon looking guy on a toilet. On top of a bunch of resin that it's hard to distinguish what it even is, right? It's that guy. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Let's see what his model looks like. Well, not really. Yeah. I wonder if he's still... He's probably for sale, maybe. I guess I'm not sure. Cabbage is only good. The thing is so cool. It is so cool. From the back, it suffers a little bit. Its silhouette suffers a little bit. But it's good. It's good. Thing's cool. You have tight competition when it comes to Age of Sigmar centerpieces. Something this cool is quote-unquote only good. Because this is a game with stellar centerpieces. Holy shit. Look at these tiers, dude. There's almost nothing in, like, legitimately bad or trash. Even the I have problems stuff is mostly personal preference. Right? Like, you would condense these if you were talking about a bunch of other games and looking at all of their centerpieces and stuff and comparing them to these. So, we had to be a little harsh here on some people's favorites. This row is not necessarily in order. Don't worry about it. Yeah, personal preference or old and looking like it. Well, actually, old and looking like it. These looked bad when they came out, so you can't use that excuse, right? But, you know, some stuff anyway. Ragnarok is from the 80s, and because it's a spider, which is just a chitinous bug, you don't need crazy resolution to make a decent looking spider. So the spider part holds up. It's just the stuff on its back is trash, right? No big deal. Anyway, we did it. Hey, thanks for watching content. I appreciate it. Chat. Where am I going to drop you guys off? Where are we going? Going to... You stick around for exactly 2 minutes. Thanks for the subs and the bits and the primes, by the way. Thanks for watching and your input. For man, they've made a lot of new stuff, and almost all, like, what have they made that's brand new that is worse than great, right? All their new stuff is either S tier or great, more greats. Okay, Crazy is just good. King Broad's an updates brew. It kind of doesn't count. As far as brand new stuff, they made these two, which was a bit of a miss for me. They made Techless. And one of the 2 different dragons, but you can make a cool version, and Kragnos, I guess. I mean, we're looking kind of good on... New stuff is almost all, like, super sick. You rate this tier list fine? You know, I did a tier list. Your opinion on Glucose or Scallion you think has been raised since the last time you did this? I think so. I think I was more punishing to him in my last one. Which is something I don't know that I could defend. This one or last one. You put him in good, put him in great, it's fine. You need to see the build instructions first. You're punishing on the grounds that Glucose himself is not as central to the mini as you felt he ought to be. Yeah, I think that's fair as well. I think that is still fair. He's a great hedonism bot. True. Anyway, TY for watching. I'm gonna raid somebody. Be nice and stick around if you feel like it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next stream.